We are going to the next video. You will be learning over here about the detailing of the structure of the cell. So we have already learnt in the previous class about the different shapes of the cell, different size of the cell. Whatever may be the shape or the size, the content of the cell will be the same. So now we move on to the inner or internal part of the cell. If you talk about internal structure, the cell is actually having three basic components or three basic parts, namely cell membrane, cytoplasm and the nucleus. Again I repeat, cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. When we talk about a cell membrane, membrane is a kind of a structure which is forming a boundary wall around a cell, which each and every cell possess, whether it is a plant cell or it is an animal cell. Yes, obviously it is a living structure. What are the different characteristics of this? Very delicate, right? Flexible as well as very thin. So these are the structure, physical structure or physical characteristics of the cell membrane. Only certain substances can pass through it. It is very selective. It allows only, it is having a very fine pores in it and it is very selective. Only certain substances can pass through it. Because of what? It is also named as semi-permeable. Semi means certain, some. Permeable means permitting, right? Next we come to the other protective layer. What is the function? Let us first go through it. Function of this membrane, as we know, it is a fencing. So why we give a fencing in our home? Because we are protecting our home from the other enemy. So in the same manner, the cell membrane acts as a protective layer. So it is protection, for protecting. Next is it gives a definite shape of the cell, as well as it also controls the movement of the materials in and out of the cell. Anything can go out and in, like this it can leave, it can enter the cell. Now in case of a plant cell and animal cell, both are present, but there is an extra wall which is present in only in case of a plant, and that extra wall or the membrane is referred to as the cell wall. So this cell wall is not present in an animal cell. If you talk about cell wall structure or the feature, it is fully permeable or freely permeable. Like, what does it mean? It allows almost all the molecules to enter and leave the cell. Yes, there are certain larger molecules which it will not be allowing. Most of the molecules it allows, but larger molecules it will not allow. Another thing is it will not allow certain pathogens or certain toxic or the poison chemicals to enter the cell. So yes, it is also providing a protective layer of the plant cell itself. If you talk about the function, it provides rigidity, it is giving a definite shape, and it limits the entry of the other particular substance. And this particular cell wall is made of cellulose. Cellulose is a chemical substance which is actually making the cell wall of a plant. Now we come to the first, we have already complete. Now we come to the cytoplasm, that is the second part. Then we will move on to the very important part, that is the nucleus. Please remember cytoplasm. Now if you talk about a cytoplasm, this cytoplasm which is there, it is there inside the cell. It is there inside the cell like a jelly-like substance. It is colorless, it is translucent, it is semi-liquid in nature. Semi-liquid in nature. Semi-liquid means not like the water, right? It might be like the kind of a sauce. Now, the difference between the cell membrane and over here between the cell where it is present, this cytoplasm, we find this cell cytoplasm is present inner side of the cell membrane, and there is a nucleus which is there, which we will be learning next part. Between the cell membrane and the nucleus, this is the part where the cytoplasm is present. This cytoplasm contains what? Let us discuss about it. Cytoplasm is comprising of chemical substances like amino acid, carbohydrates, enzymes and different salts. Again, please mind, you need to remember the names of amino acid, carbohydrates, enzymes and different salts. Also, cytoplasm contains lot of other cell organelles which are present in its floating condition. We will be doing lot of cell organelles over here. So, we come to the third part of the cell structure, that is the nucleus. This is very important. Please be careful and concentrate. If you need to listen to the video repeatedly, do so in order to understand and have a very clear idea. Nucleus is actually known as the brain of the cell. When we talk about brain, that is the most important part of our body. Without the brain, we cannot do anything. So, nucleus is very important part of a cell. Like this is the cell membrane, we have already learned. The liquid part of the cell, hope you know, that is cytoplasm, which we have done already. And the inner part which is there, that is this nucleus, is positioning itself in its center. So, nucleus, if you talk about the location, it is centrally located, right? This is a spherical body which is present in the center, and this is very important part of the cell. Nucleus is also surrounded by a double membrane which we call as a nuclear membrane. Now it is not a cell membrane, it is a nuclear membrane. This nuclear membrane, again it is having a different type of liquid, and this liquid is having a different name, and this liquid's name is nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. Outside is cytoplasm, inside of the nucleus is nucleoplasm. This nucleoplasm is having again a very dark particular structure which is known as nucleolus or nucleoli. Li means many, lus means one. So, a particular cell nucleus can have many, which we consider as nucleoli, or it might have a single, that is known as nucleolus. Now, there are inside this nuclear membrane or nucleoplasm, I am drawing it separately over here. This is only the nucleus I am drawing. Inside, there are a lot of thread-like structures. These thread-like structures are known as the chromatin fiber. This chromatin fiber is becoming like dense, like this thread-like. This dense structure which is known as the chromosome, and they are very important, and a particular time of cell division this chromatin fiber will transfer into chromosome. This is a fiber, this is dense or condensed structure. It is ribbon like, this is thread like. That is the difference between chromatin fiber and chromosome. Now this chromosome, what they are important for? If the chromosome is not there, obviously that particular organism will not have its own identity. So chromosome carries identical kind of a structure which we call as a gene, and this is actually getting transferred from the parents to their offspring, because of which we actually have some of the similar characters like our parents, and it is differing from one family to the other family. So nucleus, it actually functions in a very important way in our body. So here we will try to jot down the function of the nucleus as a whole. First of all, it is the control center of the cell. Second, it helps in transfer of the characters from parents to the offspring. Obviously, it happens through gene formation, and it plays a very important role in the cell division. When one cell will divide into two, obviously first the nucleus will divide and followed by the cytoplasm. So these are the very important functions of a nucleus. So we have already covered up the three different parts of the cell, but there are not only three parts of the cell, there are other cell organelles which are found to float in the cytoplasm, among which you need to know only the name now: mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, Golgi bodies and plastids. So mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, Golgi bodies are all present in plant and animal cell, but some of the organelles are mainly present in the plant cell which are not found in the animal cell, and one of those is plastid. Plastid. So they are actually present only in the plant cell. Now if we go in details, plastids are of three types which I have mentioned here: chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. If you talk about a chloroplast, chloroplast is actually providing green color to the plant part. And which parts are the green? They are the leaves. So leaves are actually green because of the presence of chloroplast, and this chloroplast contain the green pigment known as chlorophyll, which you all have learnt in the junior classes. Come to the chromoplast. Chrome means colored. So here the chromoplast plastids is giving the yellowish, orange or red color to the plant parts. Like if you see lot of fruit walls and if you see the flower petals, they are mainly yellowish or orange or red due to the presence of this chromoplast. And leucoplast is completely colorless, which we see in the roots in case of the potato and different underground stems. So these are the three different plastids which we find in the plant cell only. Another organelle which is present in the plant cell, that is vacuoles. Though it might be present in some other cells like amoeba, if it is present in animal cell, it will be very small. But plant cell, the vacuole is a clear space. So here if I draw a plant cell, this is the cell membrane. Obviously we have learnt before it is having an extra wall, that is the cell wall. Nucleus we have to draw it, and this vacuole is another kind of like this which is occupying most of the area of the plant cell. So this is known as a vacuole. This is termed as a vacuole. It is having a clear liquid. It is not empty. It is having a clear liquid which is also known as cell sap. I have also mentioned over here cell sap. This cell sap is watery in nature. It is having water, along with that lot of minerals are dissolved in it. Now what is its function? Its function is it is helping to maintain the turgidity. Turgidity means what? The cell will remain in its shape. It will not shrink. It will remain in its swollen form. So that is the turgidity. Please remember the terminology. Turgidity, I have repeated. That is actually it remains or gives the cell a definite shape. This vacuole, they are helping in storing the food or the nutrients like sugar, protein, amino acid and minerals are dissolved in this watery solution which is there. And this is not mixing with the cytoplasm because this vacuole is having its own membrane that is known as tonoplast. That is known as tonoplast. I have also mentioned over here the membrane of the vacuole is tonoplast. So here we end up our chapter in this way, and I have already joined and I have already added the text of this chapter, as well as the questions are divided into 3 lessons. So you may go through those lessons and do all those questions in your fair copy. Any problem we will discuss in our respective classes. Thank you children.